Welcome to Mr. Orth's Flipped Classroom for Grammar. Today we'll talk about using verb tenses correctly in sentences. First we have to look at how do we differentiate, how do we distinguish one verb tense from another. In the present tense, we have to look at the three types we're learned so far. The simple present, no helping verbs, an action that is continuously true. The present progressive, the ing form, is an action that is now currently in progress. The present perfect is an action that began in the past but kind of continues closer toward the present. The past tense, simple past, is an action that happened entirely in the past and has been finished and complete. The past progressive is an action that continued over time in the past. Again, that's the ing. It's still in the past, but it happened at more than one moment. And the past perfect is an action that came before other actions in the past. So it's earlier than the simple past. Future tense also has these three same verb tenses. The simple future is an action that will occur in the future. Hasn't happened yet, but it only will happen in the future. Future progressive is an action that will be in progress in the future. Usually when we use progressive tenses, it's because we're going to indicate that something is currently happening, ongoing, and then we stop it with a simple future and something else actually takes place to abbreviate or end that particular event that's progressively happening. Future perfect is an action that is in the future, but it's actually earlier than the simple future. This is confusing, and it might seem overly simplified. You might even want to ask your teacher to play this back or to watch this video more than once to write these different notes down. It may have come rather quickly. And yet when you go to the practice, make sure you remember that when you're doing this, you don't just want to pick whatever sounds right, because what sounds right isn't right. It's what sounds familiar to you. It's what you're used to. Make sure that you're checking to see if you can explain why that's the correct answer, other than the fact that it just sounds right to you. Also, make sure you're labeling which verb tense is used in each sentence so that you're clear on that. You also can check to see if there are other verbs in a sentence. Make sure they match up. You shouldn't be jumping around between past, present, and future in the same sentence. Ask your teacher for help, and good hunting.